All right. So this time, when we go to simplify this radical, we notice that the 5 on the inside of the radical and the 24, there's no common factors to simplify here. Now we can go ahead and simplify the square root of 24. Square root of 24, that's the same as square root of 4 times the square root of 6. So that 4 would become a 2 right there. So we could rewrite this as 8 root 5 over 2 root 6. The 8 and the 2 can definitely simplify. That would just be 4 root 5 over root 6. But we're still left with that radical in the denominator. Now this, here's the trick for this. This is called rationalizing the denominator, because this is a irrational number. We're going to force it to be a rational number. So whatever the square root is here, if it's just by itself, you can multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 6. Okay. Square root of 6 times the square root of 6 is the square root of 36. So you wind up with just a 6 in the bottom. And on top, you have 4 root 5 and root 6. You want to check and see if there's any common factors between the two, but there's not in this case. That'll be root 30. All right? That's all you can do with that one. All right. In this one, you always want to check, see if anything will simplify first. And inside these radicals, you can simplify both of them by 10. So that's going to give us just a 5 on top, because the 10 divided by 10 just goes to 1. And then this divides by 10. So that'll give us a 3 root 3 in the bottom. All right, so to get rid of this square root, we'll multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3. Okay, so on the top, we just get 5 root 3. On the bottom, well, we've got the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is the square root of 9, which becomes, well, here, let me write it out here. So this becomes 3 root 9, and the square root of 9 is 3. So now we have 3 times 3, which gives us a 9 here. All right. Same thing, if let's say you had a variable here, you would work it out the exact same way. I guess we can go ahead and we can squeeze one in right here, I'm sure. Let's say you had 2 over the square root of x to the 5th. Well, let's simplify x to the 5th first. That's you've got 5 of them, so you want to pull out as many groups of 2 as you can. So that's going to be 2 groups of 2 on the outside and 1 left over on the inside. So that gives us 2 over x squared root x, okay, because there were 5 x's. So 2 groups of 2 and 1 left over. And now you would multiply top and bottom by the square root of x. So root x times root x. That's going to give us a 2 root x on top. And the bottom, well, this root x and that root x is going to give us just an x. And then that x times that x squared will give us x to the 3rd power. All right, so the goal here is always to somehow eliminate the square root in the denominator. And all of our answers, we're trying to get no irrational number left over in the denominator.